For many players, the name of the game is bossing. Every experience point, every new item, every unlocked prayer. It's all a means to go head to head with old school's greatest adversaries. I can only attempt a boss as part of my current Slayer assignment. With skills and upgrades decided by random fate on a tile grid, eking out a single kill against an entry-level boss could prove to be a brutal challenge. So now we throw ourselves at the mercy of RNG to power up before heading into our greatest battle yet. Hi, I'm Dan, and this is Slayerscape, a massive grid of tiles containing all of old school RuneScape's quests and skills. Every tile must be unlocked by earning keys. The Slayer Masters of Gielinor each hold a small collection of these keys, and each time we complete an assignment, they may choose to grant us one. I'll be unlocking old school RuneScape one tile at a time in this randomized adventure, and I welcome you to come along for the journey. We are so back. We are not killing any bosses though, we are killing dogs because Jagex wants us to be bad people. Oh, it's so tight to have the protection prayers though. I can just one tick flick. Protect from melee like this on tasks makes me invincible. I take no damage. I think I only spent 2 prayer points here completing this task. Incredible. This is going to be so game changing. Obviously, we're not going to one tick flick all the time. We don't need to do this on like a goblin task or something. In general, with the protection prayers we opened up at the end of last episode, Slayer just became easy mode for us. Let's get into Slayerscape and get that 41 dogs task with Mashna logged. Nice, we get the key. Okay, that puts us to 7, but remember, I was trying to get all the way to 10. Back at Mashna to pick up Slayer assignment number 168, 17 cave bugs. Okay. A nothing task, almost not worth showing at all. 17 cave bugs completed in a matter of minutes. Mashna, may we have a key, please? No, not this time. Okay. Oh, it feels so good to be able to just do this and teleport right back to Mashna. I was really worried Slayer was about to slow down a lot while trying to get through Mashna because I didn't have easy access to Mauritania. Like I don't have the ecto file or anything like that. But honestly, this is not too bad. I mean, yeah, it's kind of chipping away at our Slayer points. It would have been cool to just start quickly building up to like over 1,000. I think dropping 75 points on a Slayer ring every once in a while to get a couple teleports here and get a couple teleports to the Firemaking Slayer cave is absolutely worth it. Slayer assignment number 169 is 11 vampires. Okay, I'm pretty sure I get to just walk over to the feral vampires over there and kill 11 of them. So nice, not bad. Wait, these are ghouls. These aren't feral vampires, these are ghouls. Where are feral vampires? Is there some sort of swamp guide anywhere that could help me? Oh boy. Right, okay, feral vampires are the ones that like jump out of the trees over here in the haunted woods. So yeah, we are gonna head into the haunted woods and try to bait them out of the trees with our juicy, thick neck. I'm sure they'll be very attracted to that. God, what am I even saying right now? Okay, let us get the hell out of here. That's an annoying task. They drain your stats, they heal off of you, even if you're protecting from melee. The drops are, I don't know, they're so-so. Kind of interesting. A black axe is kind of an interesting drop, but otherwise, not a huge fan of vampire tasks. It looks like I'm walking back to Mashna right now, but I shouldn't be. We should head back to Edgeville, to Vanica, to pick up our 170th task. Oh, but let's not forget to get that rolled first. In Slayerscape, Mashna, will you give me a key for that vampire task, please? For that stat draining, super annoying, hopping out of the goddamn trees vampire task? He will not? Alright, well, and whatever, man. Okay, Vanica, our third task with him. Still waiting to see some of the gnarlier options for tasks he can give us, but honestly, I'm less afraid of any task we can get now that we have Protect from Melee. Alright, Vanica, what you got for me? 41 Infernal mages, so I guess we're heading back to the Slayer Tower. Seems like they have good rune drops, like really common death runes. We have a pretty good source of death runes already with our cat farm going, but yeah, it never hurts to get more. Okay, here we are ready to start killing some Infernal mages. One noteworthy thing is that they are not aggressive. So I can just stand in the middle of this room with like 20 of them surrounding me and they're just chilling. I kind of feel bad killing them because they're just, I mean, other than their glaring evil red eyes, they're not doing anything. They're not hurting anybody. But this is Slayerscape and they are a Slayer creature, so rip in pieces. Okay, well, no drops, kind of rude, but yep, that's how we will kill 40 more of these. Let's get to it. Level 48 Slayer. we can now kill Lesser Nagua. That's pretty cool. In fact, I'll even say that's super cool because that task actually opens up yet another boss we'll be able to fight in the future, the Amoxicliatl. Amoxicliatl drops the sweet Ice Bonkers weapon, which is a very interesting and unique thing we can get. Great for things like Shade's task that have a negative flat armor bonus. So nice. In the spirit of let's start killing some bosses, hey, maybe one day we'll be able to fight that boss. Okay, that is 41 Infernal mages slain for our 170 task with Vanaka, getting us 40 Slayer points to a total of 560 Slayer points. Very nice. And of course, we will roll for a key. Should have pretty good odds here, so hopefully we see a key here, getting us to 8 keys. Come on, 8 keys. Very nice, 8 keys. That's what we want to see. Back to Mashna, looking for our next task. After prayer flicking mages for 20 minutes, I would like something chill, so a chill task, please. 16 cave bugs. All right, thanks, man. Level 59 strength. Oh, cool, and level 60 combat. 16 cave bugs squashed. Will Mashna reward us with a key? No, not this time. Mashed potatoes, my dude. Where are we going? 38 crawling hands, nice. We get to walk up to the Slayer Tower and knock this out. Thank you. Oh, we got ourselves a pair of teal gloves. Let the teal glove season begin. Honestly, teal glove season was overrated. Things really started to fall off there. I'm really looking forward to the new red glove season though. That's gonna be pretty sick. Me personally though, I'm really looking forward to the purple glove season. I think purple glove season is really gonna be a return to form for the account, you know what I mean? 38 crawling hands complete. No more rings of dueling from that, so that's a little disappointing. We did get all the colors of the rainbow of gloves though, so that's, that's very exciting for the account. We'll walk on over to Mashna, but while we are walking, oh, we're so efficient now. I'm gonna walk and do the Slayerscape bit at the same time. Mashna, may we have a key, please? Okay, we're up to 9. One more and we'll be at double digits. Let's go. Mashna, my dude, where are we going? Back to the Lumbered Swamp Caves for 11 wall beasts. Hey guys, welcome to my completely original, not a blatant ripoff segment, Fun Wall Beast Facts. Did you know, if you stroke a cat during the death animation of a wall beast, a new wall beast will skip the respawn timer immediately and attack you? This is just the kind of high-level tech you can only exercise as a Slayer/cat locked account. We will go and roll for a key from Mashed Potatoes. May we have a key, please? We may not. Well, he's maybe not as big a fan of the nickname as I once thought. Mashna, we are just 1 key away from 10, 1 key from double digits. Give us another task. 49 rock slugs. Ah, damn it. This is gonna be a skip for us. We are gonna say, can I cancel that task for 30 Slayer points? Your task has been canceled, and we'll get another task, 32 bears. That's much easier. Thank you, Mashna. All right, 32 bears completed. Definitely always doing bear tasks here now, next to Ardoin. This is like, there's so many more bears here than there are in the Falador spot I normally go to. And I often find myself needing to be in Ardoin anyway these days to trade in cats, which we will go do right now. While I walk over to sell my cat for more death runes, let's log that task with Mashna and not get a key. Goodbye, faithful cat companion. Hello, 100 death runes. Gertrude, my love. A kitten, please. It's weird to me that she hasn't questioned that I come back to her every 3 hours for a new kitten. She should definitely have more questions for me, but whatever. Back at Mashna for another task, and it's 43 Ice Warriors. Okay, that's a first, that's a new one. Still getting used to having just nothing in my inventory, walking into tasks thinking I'll just prayer flick the whole thing, but I think that's what we're gonna do here. We do have a rune mace, and their weakest defense attribute is crush, so that's lucky for us. Okay, that's a 43 Ice Warriors task complete. Bit of a slog, took a while, but you know what? I don't mind a slow task. That's just more time for my cute little black kitten here to grow up into a big strong cat worth 100 death runes. Let's get that task logged with Mashna. Mashna, we completed 43 Ice Warriors. May we please have a Slayer key? Oh, we will get one. Yes. Oh my God, I'm up to 10 keys. Double digis. Yes. Oh, that's so cool to see. I actually haven't even seen this widget show 2 digits in a while, so I didn't know if the 1 was gonna like awkwardly wrap around or something. So hey, glad that works. I feel like we're really starting to find our rhythm with Mashna and Vanaka tasks. We're getting keys from them. We're moving into sort of mid-level territory. We've got rune equipment. Like, oh man, just things are getting big right now. And with 10 keys, there is so much we can do. There are so many things we can unlock, quests we can continue and complete, and tons of new and exciting tiles we could potentially reveal on our board. I have a lot of stuff in flight right now, but I think it still maybe is a good time to talk about some potential tile tier list. In S tier, I would love to get the Ardoin Easy Diary. It would double the amount of death runes we get. It would give us an easy teleport to that side of the world. Also in the S tier is the Large Shop Allowance. This rolls a lot more gold. I can't remember how much. I think it might even top out close to 100,000 gold that we could spend though. So finding a Large Shop Allowance tile could make spending in gold a lot less restrictive right now, which would be pretty exciting. In A tier, I'd love to find Agility 11 to 20. I've already found the 21 to 30 tile, and just getting agility up in general is always a good thing. It's one of my favorite skills in the game, honestly. It's super chill to train. It's also a prerequisite for a lot of quests that we'll be looking to do in the future, including Go Sahoy, which we will also place in A tier. That requires 25 agility to complete, but if we can get it done, Go Sahoy will give us the Ectophile, which gives us a regular teleport back to Mauritania. That would be a lot nicer than constantly having to use Slayer Rings to teleport to Mashna when we need to. Also in the A tier, I'll put Temple of the Eye. We've actually already found the runecraft tiles from levels 1 all the way up to 30, and getting Temple of the Eye would allow me to get access to a Mind Talisman and start making my own Mind Runes. I have a decent sized stack of Chaos and Death runes right now, but I still need to work through the early levels with Mind Runes before I can make the best use of my Chaos and Deaths. In B tier, any Cabin Fever skill or quest prerequisite. It's still our long-term goal to earn ourselves a Slayer helmet, and for that we need a Black Mask, which means we need to complete Cabin Fever, which means we need to check off so many requirements before we can even do that. Also in B tier is Lost City and any of its requirements. We have to complete the Lost City before we can open up the next Slayer Master we might use, which is Kaeldar. Lost City would also just give us access to Zenaris, which could mean crafting our own cosmic runes if we need to, and the ability to use some dragon weaponry. Definitely something we want to check off soon. A curveball, I think, in B tier is actually the Haunted Mine quest. I'm not sure this is a quest many people would consider to be like a high tier important thing for themselves, but getting access to the Salve Amulet would help with things like Shade Task and other undead creatures. It's also a great thing to have if we start doing Calvarian on skeleton tasks. Also, completing Haunted Mine opens up Tarn's Lair, which has a ton of unique drop tables for the various zombies and skeletons and things in there, which could give us access to some items that we currently can't really get a hold of. Down in C tier, I would take a medium shop allowance tile. I'm kind of running on empty right now for GP. Upkeeping my 100 GP kitten cost every 3 hours is starting to get expensive. We've got fishing 21 to 30. I would like to be able to keep any salmon that I catch when I do fly fishing, but food has become a little less important to us now that we have access to all the protection prayers, so not a huge priority. And finally, anything else that opens up teleports in the game, like the gnome questline or working towards the fairy questline. But before we cash in on the absolute dopamine rush that 10 Slayer keys is going to provide as we unlock a ton of new tiles, there are some things I really want to take care of. So I'm going to go do that now. Okay, for you, this is the next clip. For me, it's been a little while. I've been working on some stuff in the Slayerscape app. There's so much more that I can build and so many features that I can implement and, make this project, I don't know, slightly more exciting. But I thought I would hit one of the most popular community suggestions, which is to show the current drop chance of keys from all the Slayer Masters. So you can see that Turael and Spria are both sitting at a 20% chance. Mashna has recently dropped below a 50% chance, sitting at 47.5. Fanaka, 90 something, and then we can see all the Slayer Masters all the way down to Turael. Turael will eventually start with a 65% chance and go down from there. He'll probably also scale down to 20% over time, something like that. There have been some other changes as well, things that we won't really exercise just yet, but when we do go to complete some tasks, particularly with these Slayer Masters who have a lower chance of giving us a key, we'll see that when we don't get a key from them, we'll actually earn ourselves a little bit of allowance, which is kind of cool. Okay, I think I've learned that stockpiling this many keys is actually kind of cursed, because now the analysis paralysis of evaluating what I do next on the board is even more challenging than it has ever been. Oh my god, I have way too many options. But I have something resembling a plan. Completing Nature Spirit would reveal 3 tiles right now, and generally I like to prioritize revealing tiles over almost everything else. To complete Nature Spirit, we need a higher crafting level, so we'll unlock crafting 11 to 20 so that we'll be able to make our own silver sickle at crafting level 18. To get to crafting level 18, we will complete the Observatory quest, which has a decent crafting XP reward. So for now, the only tiles we'll be unlocking will be crafting 11 to 20 and the Observatory quest. Okay, to do this quest, we're gonna need a piece of molten glass. Luckily, we have in our travels acquired some seaweed to make soda ash and a bucket of sand. The Observatory quest is a weird one. I have like nostalgia from doing it as a kid and thinking it was really cool, but upon reflection, I'm pretty sure all you do is talk to a guy and he's like, hey, help me fix my telescope. And you go and get like the mold for the lens for it, and then you fix the lens, and then you look through the telescope. That's like pretty much the whole quest. Maybe I'm forgetting some important details, but I'm fairly certain that's all that happens, so let's just get it done. Okay, credit where credit is due. It's pretty funny that the mold lens is in use by the goblins, and it's called the goblin stove when you find it, because they're like using it to cook gross stew or something. That's pretty funny. All right, we're finishing up the quest, and it turns out we are a Pisces. My horoscope for the day says, don't be concerned with what other people think of your work. So I'm not going to read any comments on this video, I guess. GG. But that's quest complete. 2 quest points, a nice schwack of crafting experience, and a weird reward that happened to be 3 pieces of tuna. That brings us all the way up to 18 crafting. That's perfect. That is exactly what we need to make our silver sickle so that we can complete Nature Spirit. That was phase 1 of our plan. But we do get to reveal some tiles partway through, so let's go ahead and claim the Observatory quest tile. And we see a medium shop allowance tile. Nice, that's on our list. We also revealed Zogre Flesh Eaters. Excellent, that is one of the requirements of Cabin Fever. We actually managed to hit 2 tiles that we're kind of keen on unlocking, so that's awesome. But we've still got a plan in flight here. We can finish 11 to 20 crafting, I think, with the cowhides in our bank, so I'll actually do that real quick and make the silver sickle we need to then go complete Nature Spirit. Let's tan some leather. We'll buy some more thread for making leather goods, and we'll also buy our sickle mold. And that's 20 crafting. We'll go ahead and get that claimed on the board. It's not going to reveal anything, but it is going to make our brain feel good as we continue to fill the board with little green check marks. We're back in Mauritania to complete Nature Spirit, a quest that we had to start earlier so that we could get access to lore shades and make that task not a huge pain in the ass. But while we are in the neighborhood, probably not a bad idea to grab ourselves another task from Mashna while we're close by. What you got for me, Mash? 34 rock slugs. Well, okay, we might actually do rock slugs this time because I do want to, sample trying every task in the game at least once. After we finish our spree of questing and tile unlocks, I'm positive we will have more money to spend because we already found a medium allowance tile. Some words about Nature Spirit. We came here because Drezel, the dude who lives in Paternomus over there, asked us to check in on Philemon, a guy who lives in like a rotting tree stump in the swamp. Drezel wanted us to check in on him because he wasn't sure he was okay. And yeah, obviously he's not okay. He lives in a fucking rotting tree stump in the middle of a swamp. We get to the rotting tree stump and we find that Philemon is very much not okay. In fact, he's dead and he's a ghost. So we're tasked with proving that he is a ghost and helping him become a nature spirit. Not a lot else to say about this quest, so let's skip to the ending. Okay, that's Nature Spirit quest complete. Philemon still lives in a tree, but now he's green, so that is an improvement on his life, apparently. We just got 4 illegal crafting levels there, and we also hit 52 HP. Very cool. And with that quest complete, we get to hop into Slayerscape and claim the tile. Ooh, we haven't had a 3 tile unlock in a while, it feels like. All right, let's see what we get. That's 3 quests. We get the Knight's Sword, very cool, a classic smithing boost. The Waterfall quest, oh, another classic quest to complete early on in an account. It's not really early for us anymore, but the XP from this might still be worth doing. And In Aid of the Mire Key. Well, we have In Search of the Mire Key over here somewhere, and now we have the follow-up In Aid of the Mire Key. So, hey, the vampire quest line is kind of moving along for us, which is pretty cool. I feel like doing the Waterfall quest is kind of a no-brainer. I mean, it'll give us another strength level, taking us all the way to 60 strength, and it'll get us a couple of attack levels. It's also just a quest you need for the Elven storyline, and right now for us, it will reveal 3 more tiles, which is usually my priority. Whenever I can do this, I do really like to get 3 tiles at a time. I mean, I think the ideal way to grow the board out would be in like rows that are constantly unlocking 3. So if I like vertically traversed from this firemaking tile up here, you know what I'm saying? It's what I'm saying making sense. Whatever, let's go do Waterfall quest. Heading out to do Waterfall quest, and look at that, it's the titular Waterfall. Cool. This is a kind of a cute quest. It starts out really innocent with Almera here asking us to go check on her son who's like dicking around in the river here. I don't know who lets their child play by a waterfall like this, but yeah, that's pretty cool. We talked to this kid and we learned that he's looking for treasure inside this waterfall, but he kind of lets it slip that the treasure is in the waterfall, so yeah, we're gonna go and beat him to the treasure. Suck it, Houdon. At a nearby tourist center, we find a book about Baxtorian, an elven king who built a secret home behind the waterfall for him and his wife Glariel. But that Glariel was killed while Baxtorian was off doing some foreign elf biz. Glariel has a nearby tomb that can be accessed with a pebble, that apparently now belongs to the tree gnomes. We track down Golry, a gnome hiding from some hobgoblins in a cave beneath the tree gnome village. We find Glariel's pebble scattered amongst the discarded vodka bottles in Golry's pathetic home. Wanting to deepen our knowledge and respect for these once great elven rulers, we naturally decide to raid Glariel's tomb, stealing priceless jewelry and an urn of her ashes. We infiltrate the sacred resting place of the lost elven king and expertly solve a puzzle by using several runes on some pillars, placing the stolen necklace around a statue of Glariel, and pouring her ashes into Baxtorian's prized Little League trophy. And that's quest complete. If you've played this game for a long time, you know this quest well. It's a staple of any account starter because you get 13,750 strength and attack XP, and you can do this quest with essentially no requirements from level 1. It took us a little while to get here ourselves, but we will still get some levels. 60 strength and 43 attack. Pretty rad. Honestly, even doing this quest much later into an account than I normally would, it is still such a dopamine rush to like get that XP like that. It's pretty sick. And the other thing that's going to give us some dopamine is claiming the tile on the board and revealing 3 additional tiles. What do we get? Cold War, a quest that I don't think I will ever do, maybe. I don't know. The Penguin questline is kind of dead content. Sorry, Penguin questline. Construction levels 51 to 60. Now, this is the kind of thing that's going to happen when we just make a straight line away like this. We'll start to run into tiles that are just massively above the levels that we've have unlocked. And the other quest we've discovered here is Spirits of Vide. That would be a nice quest if we could do it. It has a nice juicy prayer XP reward if I remember correctly. And it's also the thing that lets you use the Narda prayer and HP restore fountain statuette, whatever it is. But it also has a bunch of requirements that I'm not sure we'll be able to get for a while. So for now, it's looking like this path has become a dead end. We'll have to start venturing out in another direction. I think for now, what we'll do is I'm feeling a little bit light on allowance. I'd love to have enough money to buy some more mind runes so I can push magic a little further, and my ever-growing cat demands are constantly consuming 100 GP every 3 hours, so I think we'll go ahead and pick up this medium shop allowance tile. Hopefully we get a decent roll on the gold it awards us. 5,879 coins added to shop allowance, nice. And with that tile claimed, we revealed the Easy Karamja achievement diary, okay. And the Grand Tree. The Grand Tree is kind of on our tier list. It does unlock a form of transportation through the gnome glider system, which could be useful occasionally. Unfortunately, this quest also requires 25 agility, and we have yet to find our 11 to 20 tile for agility. Kind of hate to do this because it is not the most efficient use of a key, but I think sometimes this is just going to be necessary to use a key on something not super great. I'm thinking of picking up this small shop allowance, not because I want the allowance added to the wallet, but because this area is just difficult to traverse otherwise. Hear me out. 21 to 30 herblore is just going to take a lot of time. We can chip away at it by doing more slayer tasks to get herbs and secondaries, but it'll take a while. Making history requires a sapphire amulet, which we currently lack the crafting level to create ourselves. The Grand Tree requires 25 agility, and Wanted requires several quests that we've neither discovered nor completed on our board. So if we want to traverse south here, I think the easiest thing we can do right now is just claim this shop allowance tile. So let's do it. And we reveal Bone Voyage. We also got 317 coins there. I was less focused on. Bone Voyage would mean access to Fossa Island, which is pretty exciting, but we can't do this quest until we find the dig site quest first. So shoot, I guess we're stuck in this area for now. Gang, I am flummoxed. I'm looking at this board and I am overwhelmed by tiles, so we are just gonna send it with another random low-level quest, which is something I always end up regretting doing. But at least fishing contests is required for stuff. Like, theoretically, you could never get Barrow's gloves without completing this quest because it's necessary for Recipe for Disaster. I don't know, whatever. We're doing fishing contests. Fishing Contest, a quest where prejudicial dwarves deny you safe passage beneath a mountain plagued by vicious wolves unless you enter a fishing contest on their behalf. Despite there being an entire skill dedicated to the mastery of fishing, the only way to win the competition is by cheating, which we do, easily taking the W in the contest. We give the dwarves a ill-gotten trophy and they're like, yeah, this dude can hang. Quest complete. We get a quest point, we get a bunch of illegal fishing experience that we will ignore for now, and we get access to the White Wolf Mountain Tunnel. When I was a kid and I first got members, I thought traversing White Wolf Mountain was like super dangerous. It felt like impossible to do. And so completing fishing contests to get access to this tunnel that let you safely walk underneath White Wolf Mountain was just like the most mind-boggling thing. I was like, oh, I have to do this. This is the most important thing to do to progress my account. Anyway, I was an idiot. Back in Slayerscape, we will claim the tile for the complete fishing contest quest. And what will we reveal? 21 to 30 thieving. Okay, we can do more crime. We can do a lot more crime right now. We also reveal, oh, Fight Arena. Okay, that's another classic early game quest for its rather juicy attack XP reward, if I remember correctly. And honestly, I think that might be the play. I mean, we can kind of get out this direction a little bit more. I wouldn't mind having a higher attack level and getting whatever 12 or 13k XP from doing this quest wouldn't hurt, while also letting us extend our board out in this direction a bit more. We're getting low on keys, but we're still sitting at 4, and honestly, I'm excited to get back into Slayer and keep grinding Slayer. Like, knocking out more Mashna and Vinaka tasks is kind of exciting. I'm kind of eager to get back to it, so I don't mind burning through our keys on some pretty quick to knock out, easy to complete quests with decent rewards. So yeah, I think on that note, let's do Fight Arena. Now, I promised bossing content, and here we are over 20 minutes in with nary a boss to be seen. But get ready, because the Fight Arena quest is a non-stop, high-octane, all-killer, no-filler boss rush. Starting with the Khazard Ogre, this brutal contender has a crushing maximum hit of 8 and 60 health points, so you know he's going to be fierce, dangerous, and downright unstoppable. Next up, it's the Khazard Scorpion. Now, you know my history of scorpions, but this is one tough customer. With a massive 3x3 tile size and a maximum hit of 5, this deadly arachnid even managed to take down the 2025 Golden Gnome Gamer of the Year. Do we really stand a chance against this terrifying, powerful, indomitable scorpion? Okay, but those two were just the warm-up for the true test of our mettle. Ladies and gentlemen, with a combat level of 137, a max hit of 13, and a whopping 116 health points, General Khazard's demon dog companion, it's Bouncer! Dang. Okay, well, now technically, this next boss is completely optional, but that's only true if you consider being a wimpy-ass little baby an option, which we don't. One of the mega-powerful Majorat, imbued with ancient magic dating back to the era of the gods, an adversary unlike anything we've ever faced before. It's General Khazard! And that's quest complete. 2 quest points, 12,175 attack XP, some illegal thieving XP, and 1,000 coins. Dismiss this dialogue so we can celebrate our attack level 45. Wonderful. And an illegal thieving level all the way to 20. Wow, that thieving is really cracked up there. Let's get that tile claimed. And what do we find? The dig site. Oh, we got the dig site. Okay, that combos with Bon Voyage that we found earlier. So the dig site, very, very nice quest to find. It's got some thieving requirements that we currently don't meet, but we have the thieving tiles. So if we want, we could unlock all the thieving requirements to be able to complete the dig site. And then our other quest is Tree Gnome Village. Wow, we are on a tour of doing all the quests that most early game accounts go off and do. That's so cool. Okay, I mean, honestly, I think I want to go and do Tree Gnome Village next. We're standing right by Tree Gnome Village. It's right next to where the fight arena is. It is so funny that I found this line of quests, Waterfall, Fight Arena, Tree Gnome Village, and the Grand Tree, all in such a short time frame from one another, and they weren't necessarily all near each other on the board. Like, we found the full starter pack of basic-ass quests for new accounts just now, and you know what? I don't mind, because I'm a basic-ass bitch. Let's drop another key on Tree Gnome Village right now. Okay, we've been ripping it through a lot of quests, and if you can believe it, I may have spent too much time on the fight arena sequence a few minutes ago. So, you're getting the super abridged version of Tree Gnome Village. King lost orb, go get orb. 2 orbs gone, kill big guy, all orbs got. And that's quest complete. We get 2 quest points, 11,450 attack experience, access to the spirit trees, which is a nice little way to transport, and a defense amulet that we might use sometimes. Oh wow, and that got our total quest points to 50, which means we just unlocked our ability to block a Slayer task. That is pretty big. That is actually really big. Let's head on into Slayerscape and get that tile claimed. And we reveal Sea Slug, okay. Ghosts ahoy! Oh, ahoy matey, we got Ghosts ahoy, nice. Another tile off of our tier list. Potentially getting us access to the ectophile. Very cool. What else? We get another construction tile, 21 to 30. We have 11 to 20 here, and there's 21 to 30 now, 51 to 60. We got a lot of construction on our board. Not a great skill because it's kind of hard to level, but whatever. Okay, I have a random little plan. I'm going to go and unlock level 1 to 10 Firemaking. We're going to grab that right now. And we'll knock out these early fire-making levels so that we can light a candle inside of a lantern. And the reason we want a candle lantern is I'd like to be able to do our rock slugs task in the lumbered swamp caves. This person just popped in and out of existence. Hello, Kiwi the cat. So whatever, we don't really need a lantern to avoid explosions in the lumbered swamp caves. I think we can probably get to and from the rock slugs without blowing up, but whatever. It's a vague pretense that, you know, lets us do a new skill and, I don't know, progress in a direction. I'm making it up here, okay, folks? Level 10 firemaking. Let's go get that tile claimed in Slayerscape. We actually get to reveal something, the Garden of Death, another Kurend quest. All right, and so now we can light our little candle lantern and be safe from cave explosions while we go do this rock slug task. To do our rock slugs task, we are going to need some salt, which we'll purchase from Spria here. I believe they are 10 GP each. Yep, and so to do 34 rock slugs, this is going to cost us 340 GP. We probably won't do rock slug tasks too many times. Ultimately, we will just block them, I think. I would think we'll block them to stop the drain of rewards and avoid having to cancel and waste points on that. But if we are going to have to salt slugs, we may as well buy the Slug Salter perk. Let's get down into the lumbered swamp caves and kill some rock slugs. You know, I don't think I've ever killed a rock slug before. Ever. My entire time playing this game. They've been in the game since 2006, and this will be the first time I ever kill a rock slug. Well, cool. Okay, let's kill 33 more of these. Okay, this is sick. Look at this salt bay animation you do when you kill one of these things. That's awesome. Jamflex, please. Jamflex, I want to kill more rock slugs. Okay, and that's our first ever rock slugs task completed. The loot is kind of so-so, a smorgasbord of stuff we don't really need. Dwarven stouts might be interesting. Like maybe there's a world where a +1 smithing boost is helpful because we don't want to train the level. I don't know. We'll get that task logged with Mashna. And I think before I click this button, I can't remember all the features that have landed in the version of Slayerscape that I'm using right now, but I think we're about to see a slightly different notification in the bottom right corner here. Ho-ho, it was the key, and it has a new chime. It has its chime, and there's an icon on it. But nice, we got ourselves a key. Thank you very much, Mashna. We are a little low on keys right now. We burned through so many on that absolute torrent of quests, and we got so many of the classic first thing you do on your account quest done. It's making me feel like a real boy. Like this is a real RuneScape account now. It's pretty awesome. But this is still Slayerscape, and we still need to be doing Slayer. So Mashina, may we have another task? 10 vampires. There's level 48 attack there. That is a vampire's task complete. I gotta get the fuck out of here. I'm gonna die. Back at Mashina for our next assignment. And it's 27 Catable Pawn. So we learned last time Catable Pawn tasks are pretty annoying. The giant spiders can attack you. They attack with 2 different styles, both magic and melee. But one thing I've done to ease our pain is I've walked in here and stretched my aggro radius, my like aggression area, into this room. And then I just sat here in safety, feeding my cat for 10 minutes. So now I can stand in the room and I won't aggro spiders, I won't get PJ'd by anything, and yeah, I can just fight these Catable Pawns, hopefully without issue. We're even gonna pot up for this to really make this go smoothly, so yeah, let's try this out. Yeah, that's rad, we just got the top of the scepter. Okay, cool, little collection log slot, never hurt anyone. That's a 27 Catable Pawn task, done and dusted. I was about to say my usual, let's hop into Slayerscape and roll the key, and then I realized I don't think I rolled the key for vampires either. Interesting. Well, you know what I think we'll do? What we'll do is we're at 78 right now. We'll do a little mini dopamine rush of rolling 3 keys at a time in a moment, after we do the 179th task with Mashina. And for our next assignment, 44 dogs? Yeesh. All right, y'all already know I don't like doing dogs tasks, but we are a Slayer and we need to slay, so I won't belabor it. Level 49 attack, and that's level 49 Slayer. Okay, that is a dog's task complete for task number 179. All right, let's get some task log. This isn't going to be the full 9 task dopamine explosion we've done with Spria in the past, but we have completed 3 tasks with Mashina since we last claimed the 10 vampires, the 27 Catable Pawns, and just now the 44 dogs. So we're gonna press this 3 times and we're gonna get 3 keys, okay? We're gonna put that out there into the universe. Ready? Well, we didn't get 3 keys, but we did get to see something kind of cool there. We did receive 35 shop allowance on the 2 rolls that did not result in a key there, increasing our shop allowance by 70. That was one of the most common community suggestions, was to make it so that when you complete a task with a Slayer Master, if they don't award you a key, they instead award you a token amount of shop allowance. Now, I'm going to avoid making changes that massively impact how things will work for me in the series, instead making gameplay changes optional for anyone starting a fresh Slayerscape run in the future. But I felt this fits the game mode well, and actually allows for some funny meme grinds, like earning the allowance for a minor upgrade by grinding hundreds of low-level Slayer Master tasks. So hopefully you'll forgive me the transgression of a slight design tweak that could be seen as easing my grind. I promise I'm going to be doing plenty of inefficient Slayer, and this nominal shop allowance should not radically influence the way I play. But with those 3 Mashina tasks complete, let's head over to Vanica for assignment number 180. Let's grab another task from Vanica, 63 Ice Warriors. Yeah, no idea what that guy's doing, but he's dead now. The dude who died is back. What are you doing, man? No protect melee, no armor. Just raw dogging it with a obby cape and a strength amulet and a rune scimitar. Down he goes. He's back again. What am I looking at? Level 50 attack. Why? So odd. All right. 63 Ice Warriors. That is a task. I really look forward to being able to do this task with like fire spells in the future to take advantage of their 100% fire spell weakness. It's a lot of prayer flicking right now. It's a lot of just standing here, bonking them with the rune mace and tippy-tapping my prayers to keep the prayer points alive. Let's get that task logged. Oh, music to my ears. I'm so glad we added that chime. Oh, feels so good to get keys now. We are heading back over to Spria for the first time in a while now, because there's something I really want to do. I would like to complete one of the Slayer Masters. Spria has a total of 30 keys, and we need just one more to be done with Spria. She'll no longer have keys to reward us. We can see she's sitting at a 20% chance, so on rate, we expect to have to do maybe 5 tasks, and we should get a key. Now, the nature of RNG, this could take us 20 tasks, this could take us 1 task. But I'd really like to finish Spria. There's also a certain task that I can only get from Spria and Turael that I'm looking for right now, just to do something kind of fun. So yeah, for now, let's try some Spria Slayer. All right, Spria, long time no see. What you got for me? Yeah, 29 dogs, I should have known. I should have known you'd betray me, Spria. I was just about to board this little ferry down to Unka when I realized something. Dog tasks are the most out of the way task we can get from Spria or Turael. And they drop nothing interesting, nothing unique. I don't even loot their bones anymore. And of course, as I have mentioned many times before, I don't like killing dogs. Jagex, stop making people kill dogs. But something's different. We have 50 quest points, and we can now permanently block a task. Huh. Okay, Spria, change of plans. I'm not going to do your dog's task, and in fact, I'm never going to do a dog's task for you, you weird dog-murdering weirdo, because we are going to forever block dogs' tasks from Spria and Turael. We'll never get a dog task for them ever again. Easiest 40 points I've ever spent in my life. Goodbye, dog's task. But we do need another task, so Spria, give us something less weird to kill. 15 crawling hands. Well, that's maybe less weird than dogs. All right. Okay, that's a 15 crawling hands task. There's really no reason to do the Spria Giga task streak where we do a bunch and then log them all at once, because we only need 1 task to be done with her keys forever, so may as well log them all one at a time. And we're... what? We're done with Spria at 104 lifetime tasks. We've achieved all 30 out of 30 keys she will ever drop on this account. We can continue to complete tasks with her. As introduced earlier, there will now be like a, small sort of pity amount of shopping allowance. But wow, that was I don't know how to feel about that. It felt kind of anticlimactic. I was also still looking for a task that I can only get from Spria and Turael, so yeah, I don't know. I think we're gonna go do some Turael tasks now. That was so weird. I kind of expected a little farewell arc for Spria there of us doing a couple tasks, but I guess it's just gonna be the dog task to block, and then 1 crawling hands task to finish her off. Well, goodbye Spria, goodbye sour hogs. Huh. As you can see, my home teleport and my minigame teleport are both on cooldown right now, and because we're already standing in Mauritania, I figure we'll just pick up a task from Mashna while we're in the neighborhood. 32 hill giants. We find ourselves in a very unique location for the account. We've very rarely come to Korend for anything on this account, but I figure if we're killing hill giants, we may as well kill the ones here in the catacombs underneath the city. If Korend. Ow, there's a possessed pickaxe here. What the F? Dude, that really ruined my hill giants intro. Anyway, by killing hill giants here in Korend, we have a chance to loot pieces of the dark totem. And one day on Black Demon task, we'll actually be able to kill Scotizo. I've also mentioned in the past how I no longer pick up regular bones. That was because I knew I'd have some tasks coming in the future that would be giving me more access to big bones. So this will be a nice little source of big bones for us. And one of the other really nice things about killing giants here in Korend is we can just hop back up the ladder here and bank inside upstairs at the castle. I don't think I need to be banking these iron fulhams though. I'm still just sort of like a hoarder in this game mode. I'm keeping every conceivable item I get because you never know when there's going to be a quest I forgot about that requires 100 iron fulhams or something like that. So level 51 attack. Dude, I did not know it's multi-combat down here, and this enchanted pickaxe is just wailing on me. Ugh, come on, bro. Man, that pickaxe really just stuck around the entire time. It's wailing into me while I was trying to finish this task. Let's get out of here where the pickaxe can't strike us before we roll that key. Back in relative safety, we can hop into Slayerscape and roll that key with Mashna. And we get the key. Oh, we're up to 6 keys right now. That's beautiful. But I do want to do something. And I feel like if I keep saying I want to do it, it's going to become more obvious what it is I'm trying to do. But we're looking for a task we can only get with Turael. So despite this little deviation from Turael and Spria task, we are going to go do a Turael grindathon right now to finish off some of his tasks. Turael, may we have a task, please? 19 cave crawlers. All right, well. Hey, this is the first time we're going to do cave crawlers with protect from melee. That's pretty cool. Also, this is supposed to be the start of some speed slayer, so from here on out, unless something interesting happens, you'll just see the end of the task. All right, let's hit it. What? You can get poisoned through protect from melee here? Oh, very lame. That's a cave crawler's task done with 2 doses of anti-poison used, and we managed to stay alive the entire time. We didn't die, which is great because we have a cat out. But oh my god, I need to run. My cat's gonna die. Oh my god, my kitten's gonna die. Oh god. I'm gonna have to... Oh my god, okay, that guy got hit by the hand. Skill issue. We're gonna have to death stall with our... we're gonna do something really weird. I am looking at the login screen right now. What we're doing right now is that when you log out, your poison timer actually resets. So rather than let the poison tick and hit us for 7 damage, what we're gonna do is every 15 seconds or so, log out and log back in to reset that timer so that we can get all the way back to a bank and bank our kitten before we die. Or at least that's the theory. You're gonna make it, little kitten. You're gonna make it. We shouldn't need to stall the timer anymore now. I think we can run over to this bank without dying to the poison. We'll be close though. Wow. That was not really something I thought of when I went down there, that there was the potential that I would die while I had a cat out. That was risky business. Okay, and with our kitten banked, we can let the poison course through our veins and take us into sweet, sweet serenity. Goodbye. We don't need to record me picking up a Turael task. People don't need to know this. And then we did a 26 goblins task. And we got level 44 prayer as we finished a 25 scorpions task here at the Dark Altar. We killed 21 cave crawlers. And after that cave crawlers task, something happened. Something I'm pretty excited about. So we're actually going to go and get those Turael tasks we've just completed logged right now. So we've got 19 cave crawlers, 26 goblins, 25 scorpions, and another 21 cave crawlers for 4 Turael tasks we completed. Let's go ahead and claim those. Okay, some pitiful amounts of shop allowance and a single slayer key. But now it's time to tackle something truly special for this account. We've been flirting with the idea of killing a proper boss, and we've cheesed a few quest bosses with Protect from Melee. But I finally found the task I was looking for, a 19 rats task, and so it's time for a real challenge. With a combat level of 200, sporting 500 health points with opportunities to heal during the fight, attacks using all 3 combat styles with max hits between 7 and 13, an avoidable rock fall attack with a max hit of 22, the ability to summon 6 giant rats that can hit up to 4 when unprotected. Furthermore, killing any of these adds will reduce our Slayer task count and taking away our ability to continue the fight if we accidentally complete the task. This is Scurrius, the Rat Jazz King. As you can see, we've got an inventory almost full of trout, everything I had, an attack potion, a strength potion, no prayer potions, so we'll be doing a lot of prayer flicking, I guess. I don't actually know if I can kill Scurrius right now. My stats aren't great, my gear's not great, but, you know, we've got to try. We've got to do it for Rat Jazz. Ready? Let's do this. We're gonna pot up. Head on in. I'm just missing those flicks every time, man. So this is it's rough because we can't kill these. If we kill these, they count towards our tasks, so. My god, I'm getting rinsed by this rat. Oh, I failed. We took a death. We took a hard L. And I'm not sure if with our current equipment, we can really realistically kill Scurrius right now. I'm just kidding. We're going back in with PvP supplies on a PvP world, and we are going to use bronze knives if we need to control the rat population, and we are absolutely going to get this fucking kill. Let's go! Oh my god. We are now a Scurrius novice. Let's get out of here. We're still on a PvP world. Scurrius the Rat King. Honestly, one of the most electrifying PBM encounters I have done in this game, and I have killed Soul Herodit on my main Iron Man. Something about doing that on this account just felt so incredible. I don't know if it was the rat jazz or the thrill of trying to fight a boss with this really ridiculous armor setup. Like, look at these iron boots, the myth plate legs, the rune med helm. It's a truly iconic look, but it is far from the ideal setup for rat slaying. I really wanted to end this episode on a high note because, well, things are starting to slow down for the account. I'm getting Slayer tasks that take nearly 2 hours to complete, and so sadly this will be the last weekly episode to release. I can't say for sure when the next will be, but I'm tentatively aiming to release every other week if I can keep that up. I want to make sure I give you all something truly worth watching, and not just 10 uninterrupted minutes of me prayer flicking ice warriors. Also, I'll be slowing down just a bit to spend more time working on the Slayerscape app. You saw a few of the changes in this episode, but there's still plenty to do before it's ready for prime time. More to come on that later, so get subscribed to keep up to date. Thank you to all my members here on YouTube, with a special shout out to those in the Runite tier: Abdul Bari, Club Gather, Dulf, Flufferton, Leviair Donset, Magia Rebia Gaming, McSkip, Rattrat, Robin Maitland, Rodrigo Casas, Sneezy, That Damn Realtor, The Crybin, Valdemar Stromblad, Viggy Grado, and Will Wonder.